School mornings move fast, don't they? You've found the missing shoe, you've signed the permission slip and filled up the water bottle, Shervo, but there's one more dreaded task on your to-do list: packing the lunchbox.
Finding something nutritious, delicious and quick seem to be a chore, right? But healthy doesn't always have to equal hard work. Today, we've got the ultimate guide to deal with the dreaded lunchbox dilemma with enough ideas to get you through the new school term with ease. Thank goodness for that. We're joined by Paediatric Dietitian Karina Savage. Good to have you with us.
Good morning.
What are your top tips for building a well-balanced lunchbox? This looks pretty good.
This is like gold standard. Look, it doesn't have to be this perfect, but I like a 3-2-1 framework. It's just nice and simple. Mornings are busy. It's important to have something simple in your head. So 3 carbohydrate, like a whole grain carbohydrate, ideally to help stabilise blood sugar levels for our little ones throughout the day. 2 fruit, 2 veg, and 1 protein. Okay, and that's going to help them build their muscles nice and strong. So for example, here I've got some wholemeal bread, grainy bread, if you can, but most kids won't eat grainy bread. Yes. So wholemeal bread sandwich with the chicken, which is the protein. In this example here, we've got popcorn, we've got a cookie there made with oats. So there's your 3 grains. You've got your 2 fruit and your 2 veg. And as I said, your protein is your carbs. Your chicken there.
All delicious.
I want that sandwich right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
What should we be avoiding?
So ideally, we should be avoiding processed meats. Now they've been classified as a Group 1 carcinogen, so things like ham and salami. Also your ultra-processed foods, so foods that don't resemble, the actual food that came out of the ground or off the tree. So things that are really loaded in sugar or salt, anything that's highly coloured or flavoured.
So a choc-coated rice cake, definitely no.
No, they're about 37% sugar. They're in the health food aisle.
Really?
It drives me nuts, but no, they're not healthy. It's better to go for a whole grain cracker.
Okay.
What about fussy eaters? Because there's loads of those.
Yeah, so first of all, I want to say, parents, you're doing great. Don't feel guilty if your child is bringing their lunchbox bag 3/4 full or just wants the same food every time, because it's really hard. So do your best, but at the end of the day, if they're really not doing well with their lunchbox, then focus on another part of the day. So focus on afternoon tea, where you can really value add and build out a really healthy afternoon tea with a lot of the things that they might be refusing in their lunchbox. So I like to think of it as a nutritionally balanced week rather than a nutritionally balanced meal a day.
Good idea.
Takes the pressure off.
Okay, there's a lot of apparent guilt out there because it comes with packaged food. So where do we start with that?
So with packaged foods, if you can, try and move to packaged foods that are a little healthier. So I really love popcorn. I think it's really underrated. It's a whole grain, high in fibre. It's got some iron. We've got fava beans, chickpeas, grainy crackers. If you've got a bit of time on the weekend making a brownie, I've got zucchini slice, I've got my cookie recipe there. Actually, I've got all of these recipes in my recipe ebook, which is on my Nourish with Karina website, if you want to use that.
What's in your cookie?
Yeah, that's good.
So this one is oats, it's wholemeal flour, flaxseed. You can always pop a bit of chia in and choc chips, because got to keep it real. Kids like a bit of chocolate. And the brownie is really high in protein, high in fibre. It's actually really good. I've used it for years when I've struggled with protein in the lunchbox, and often, edamame are also great for protein in the lunchbox, because often people don't want to put meat in the lunchbox because they're worried about it spoiling. Yes. So edamame, boiled eggs, but this is a really good source of protein.
What's in there? Yeah, what protein's in there?
Tin of black beans, 3 eggs. So it's a really nutritious one.
And quickly too, just looking at the popcorn and the fava beans, often they're flavoured.
Yes, yeah.
Do you stay away from that, or is it okay, is that the balance?
Yeah, so with the popcorn, I just go for a lightly salted, because otherwise it tends to be more buttery. But with the fava beans, it tends to be flavoured naturally. So the fava beans and chickpeas are pretty good company, and they do flavour them more with natural herbs and spices.
The salt and vinegar ones of those are really delicious.
Yeah, they are. They're a much better snack.
Okay, good to know.
Thanks, Karina.
That's a pleasure.